Okay, good evening. You are welcome to this IG Live. Uh, I'm trying to get my guest in. For some reason, she's not able to join. Aha, I think you're finally in.
Yes.
Okay, although I can't see your face, but I know that you're finally in. Okay, okay. So apologies for the network challenges that we had earlier. It's the very first episode of Made for Exports. It's a program that has been put together by Fortress20 Global to showcase value-added products from Africa. And, I was saying earlier that I've traveled quite a bit around Africa. And when I see the kind of products that the women groups, mostly, those are the people I've had to interact with, have come up with, those products are totally amazing. And a lot of thought has gone into coming up with these products. And some of these products have even been made to export standard. What we then discover is that most of those products are not widely known. I guess it's because of the financial constraints of promoting the products. So what the Made for Export series is seeking to do is to promote value-added products from Africa, to connect suppliers to buyers for direct purchases, and distributorship opportunities, because most people have those distributorship opportunities, to ensure that buyers purchase authentic products. So sometimes we might not be able to validate the authenticity of some products because we don't have direct interactions. And to give the opportunity to buyers to leverage bulk buying and private labeling opportunities that may be available. And this evening, I have a very, very special guest who is joining me on IG Live. Her name is Chioma Ononye. She's a food entrepreneur with over 17 years in food processing. She's the managing director of Ranks West Africa Limited, the makers of the Luxe. She has written a book, Common Mistakes to Avoid as a Food Entrepreneur, and she's passionate about reducing food wastage through value addition. Another thing she's passionate about is reducing hunger in Nigeria and Africa. So I'd like for you to help me welcome to this very first episode of Made for Exports. Chioma Ononye. You're welcome this evening, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you here. It's very good to have you here. I know we've had some technical issues at the beginning, but it's good that everything is working out fine now. And so I'd just like us to get right into it. I believe that it has been quite a journey for you since you started this food processing thing. So I want to ask, what inspired you to start this business, right? How did you start and when did you start?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a question I hear often, and I'm glad to answer it. You know, I started this business out of research. I was newly married at a time, and then I discovered that my husband was a picky eater. So it's very difficult to find what he loves to eat. Then coming to the regular swallow that we have in the market, he didn't like gari, he didn't like fufu, he didn't like pounded yam, and in fact, everything that you have in the market as at that time as swallow, he didn't love to take any of them. So I tried by myself, trying to get a swallow that he would eat. That was how I stumbled into whole wheat flour. I processed it and brought it home. The first time I made it, he loved it so much. So I was excited that finally I have gotten something that he can take with soup like every other Nigerian man. So I also tried giving out this same whole wheat to my sister, to our neighbors, and they all responded with wow. So the response was the excitement, that the response and the excitement was what made me to package the little flour we bought to use in the kitchen. I had to package it and just took it to a few people just to get the market reaction. And by doing that, the order kept coming. I was amazed at the response I got. So that was 2004. To answer your question on when I started, by 2005, the response and the excitement made me to set up a proper business where we were processing whole wheat into whole wheat flour, and we started packaging it, and we got it registered in 2005.
So you have been on this journey since 2005.
Yes, next year will be 20 years.
Wow. Wow. That's a long time. So you started with just wheat flour. That's the first product that you started with. Since that time, are there other products that you have included in your product range?
Okay, yes, I started with whole wheat flour. A few months after that, I started plantain flour and rice flour. These were the three products that we started with. We created other sizes of this same product, but over the years, I have added beans flour, soya meal, cassava meal to what we have. Today, we also have peeled beans. So our concept is to help African women enjoy African dishes without having to sweat. So we have on the bean alone, we have peeled beans, we have picked beans, and we have beans flour. So whatever you want to do with beans, I have a product for you. So we have added other products, and we have 7 products and in different sizes.
Okay. Do you have any of the products?
Thank you.
Do you have any of the products here so that you can show it to us? So that when people see it in the supermarkets, okay, they will know that these are the products that you are talking about.
Okay, yes, I have some of the products here. Anywhere I go, I have my products in my car. I have it at home. I have it in office, wherever I go. So I will be showing you some of the products that I have here. Okay. Like I said, I have other sizes. Thank you. This is the beans flour.
Okay, that's beans flour.
Yeah. Yes. This is unripe plantain.
Okay, so you have ripe.
This is unripe plantain flour. No, I don't have ripe plantain. I have unripe plantain flour in different sizes.
Okay,
yes.
Just unripe plantain flour.
This is yes, this is picked beans.
Picked beans.
We remove all the dirt.
For people like me, yes, who don't like to.
We remove all the stones. We remove all the dirt, we remove all the chaff, and then we take take out all the beans that are broken and we package. This is a poundo yam.
Okay, that's poundo yam.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So our concept is to make African food easier to eat. So we have an instant meal. So on the flour value chain, we have plantain, beans, cassava, and all the tubers and the grains in the market. We turn them to flour. Some we package, some we do on special requests. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so so far, what certifications have you acquired for your products? You know, you mentioned earlier that you registered the whole wheat flour when you first started. So are there other certifications that you've acquired along the line as you continued your business?
Sure. I believe in certification. From my background, I studied microbiology and brewing. So I believe that certification brings consumer confidence, and through certification, you are also sure that you are playing by the guidelines. So I have registered my product with NAFDAC. I have registered my facility with FDA. I have also registered with a HACCP, that is a Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points. Thank you.
Okay, so NAFDAC is our Food and Drug Regulatory Authority in Nigeria. FDA is the one from the US. So that means that you are compliant with the Nigerian market and with the US market. By registering your facility with FDA. Okay, lovely, lovely. So, you know, earlier this year, there was this thing about adulterated products all over the market, you know, even of brands that we knew. So how do you ensure that your own products are safe for consumption?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, I have a background in the food technology. So I do a lot of laboratory analysis. We do some laboratory analysis in-house. We do some laboratory analysis using public analysts. We also take customer feedback to be sure that what we are producing, we are getting positive feedback from the market, and we also ensure that our quality control is top-notch. So from the sourcing of our raw materials, that is where our quality control starts from. So we make sure that we pay serious attention to quality control from all the stages of our production. And that is why we also registered with HACCP. So we have people telling us every stage, the critical analysis that we need to do for every stage to ensure that our product is safe for consumers. And we have done that for about 19 years now. So I can tell you that we are doing the right thing.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Ma. You know, I want to believe that, like every other business, there were some mistakes that you made when you started this business. So what are some of those mistakes that you made that if you are talking to someone who is just going into processing, you would advise the person so that they don't make those kind of mistakes?
Okay. Yes, and that is, there are definitely some mistakes, and that is why I wrote that book on common mistakes to avoid. Okay. So one of the mistakes I made when I started my business was sourcing of machines. There are so many people in Nigeria today who project themselves as fabricators of machines. But to be honest with you, they don't know what they are doing. So I invested in a lot of machines that never worked for one single day. Okay. So those fabricators, they don't know what they are doing. But today, I've been able to have contact with reliable fabricators who know what they are doing. Cannot refund you because you committed like almost all the money. So we lost a lot of money doing the wrong machines or meeting the wrong fabricator, and then we wasted a lot of money. But we had to forego that and keep going. Another mistake I made when I started initially, we were producing few tons. Then I met one man who indicated interest in distributing our product. He said he can cover all the northern states. So he came up with the request that we have to put his contacts and his business information on our packaging material, that he's going to buy a truckload. So I was so excited because I've never heard of such quantity before. I was so excited, and I went ahead with my own money to start that production without even asking for any written agreement, without asking for any down payment. So we produced a truckload of whole wheat alone for him, and we now notify him that the goods are available now. He should come and see the product and pay us. So the man insisted that we should send the product to Kanu for him. When we send it to Kanu, that he will now see the product and then he will give us a check. So at that point, I knew it was fraudulent. At that time, I knew it was fraudulent. So all the efforts we made to make him come and see the product and make financial commitments failed. But we were doing that at the wrong time because we have finished the production. And a great percentage of those products, I had to discard them because I didn't have that market size. I didn't have that capacity to push that volume into the market as at that time. And he refused to pay. So I lost a lot of money because I didn't know how to sell it. I didn't know how to preserve it. And you know, even the ones I sold, his contacts were already in my packaging material, which was not good enough. So I lost a lot of money doing that, but we had to continue.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting story. And I think it was just the excitement of that large order that made you go in without even signing an agreement, asking for an advance payment, or doing anything like that. You know, so let's talk about the raw materials and price instability over the recent time. You know, in the morning you wake up, you go to the market, it's one price, and in the afternoon you go back to the market, it's another price, and in the evening you go to the same market, you know, it's another price. You know, so how are you cushioning the effect of the high cost of raw materials on your business?
Okay. Having been in the business for some years, I understand some certain trends, but this particular changes in price has not been there over the years anyway. But we've been able to navigate because we do bulk sourcing. So when we buy in bulk, as the prices are changing, we stabilize our price until when we are about to exhaust what we have. Okay, so that way we are able to notify our distributors before we change our prices. So we cushion the effect of instability in price by buying in bulk, like our packaging materials. I have packaging materials that can take me for 1 year. So I don't go back and forth each time trying to source packaging material. Let's even take the packaging material for example. Sometime last year, they were not able to bring in the raw material for production of packaging material. because of this same exchange issues.
Yeah.
So assuming we didn't have packaging material that time, we would have halted our production. So I tried stabilizing the prices through bulk purchases, and also we have information. We have aggregators who are over there in the remote areas helping us with the sourcing. So they are giving us information about the price adjustments, and so we have to mop up funds to buy bulk from time to time. So bulk purchase actually is what we do.
Okay, so bulk purchase is what has been able to help you to navigate this challenge.
To be a little bit, to navigate, to navigate.
Okay. Okay, so what are some of the challenges that you have encountered in trying to export your products or even trying to sell it locally? Because I know how SMEs are, there are always challenges with selling products. So what are some of the challenges that you have encountered trying to export or sell locally your product?
Okay. I've been in the local market for a couple of years. Some of the challenges with the local market, especially the open market, is debt recovery. Debt recovery, yes. The business we do here, you must give some level of credit. You must give some level of credit to be able to do business locally here. So when you do that with corporate organizations, you have a measure of assurance that the money will come back. But when you play in the open market, sometimes you find it difficult to recover the funds. So we have changed our method of purchase, so there is a level of commitment, financial commitment that one has to make, and before we do the supply. Okay, and then we pay more attention to corporate businesses. We pay more attention to corporate businesses. Most of the people we sell to in the open market, we take a down payment before we do any business with them. So we somehow limit our credit to corporate businesses that we are sure that the money will come back. Okay, so some of the challenges we also have is that some of the people that play in our field, you know how people adulterate their products by themselves. People adulterate their product by themselves to be able to compete more effectively. But we are able to navigate through that because the people who use our products, they are sure that what we are packaging is what is on the label. So they keep coming back to ask for more. Okay, then we have a regular power failure. You know, that one is a common problem everywhere. So the business is solely dependent on generator. The business is solely dependent on generator. So it's making the cost of production to be very, very high. But we have also introduced a solar system to carry some of our operations.
Okay.
On the export market, we have not really dived into the export market because we are not yet in touch with the type of distributors that we are comfortable to deal with. Most of our products that is being exported are people who are branding in their own name. So we package our product for other businesses. I won't call that export because they patronize us locally and they now export by themselves.
Okay. Okay. So for the local market, it's the problem of debt recovery, food fraud. That was what you mentioned earlier,
Yes,
where some people are
yes,
saying that this is the product, but that's not the product, just because they are trying to lower their costs and compete favorably. And you've
yes.
also talked about the power challenge, and you talked about leveraging on solar power instead of just diesel, considering the cost of diesel. So I remember there was
Diesel,
this particular day.
diesel and generator maintenance.
Yeah, so there's diesel and generator maintenance. So solar helps you to move
Yeah.
away from that. Does solar considerably
To reduce,
lower the
to
cost?
reduce.
Oh, okay. You've not moved away completely. It has just been reduced.
No, no.
Hmm. So it has
Yes,
just been reduced. Okay.
yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask that, does solar lower the cost completely? But since solar is just like a backup, it's not lowering the cost completely. So I remember there was a particular day that I saw, I think it was your beans flour or something in the supermarket, and I sent you a chat that I've seen your product in the supermarket. Do you have distributorship opportunities for distributors? And for those that want to buy your products, like consumers like me, what supermarkets are your products in across Nigeria?
Okay. Within Lagos, within Lagos, you can find our products, deluxe products in Globus.
Okay.
You can find it in Super Saver.
Okay.
You can find it in ShopRite.
Hmm.
Then for outside Lagos, like Port Harcourt, we have enough presence in Port Harcourt. You can find it in all the branches of Market Square.
Okay.
You can find it in everyday supermarkets. I don't know most of the supermarkets outside Lagos because our distributors are the ones who handle them. I was only privileged to see some of these things because I visit Port Harcourt and I went to different supermarkets and I was able to find the product there. But in Lagos, you can find it in Globus, you can find it in Super Saver, you can find in some outlets of Market Square, and then some outlets of ShopRite.
Okay, that's lovely. I was
We
asking
have
for ship, yeah.
distributorship opportunity.
Mm.
Yeah, we have distributorship opportunity for Abuja, Kanu, Owerri, Ibadan. These are the areas that have not been covered. Abuja, Kanu, Owerri, Ibadan. Then for outside Nigeria, we're looking at getting distributors for UK, US, and Canada. But we are looking for distributors who are already in the business, who can spread it to other African shops.
Okay, that's lovely. I noticed that when you mentioned those countries, you didn't mention any African country. You don't think that you don't want to go into the African countries. You're not looking for opportunities in those African countries.
I've tried that, and the logistics is the challenge. Like I attended an exhibition in Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, and we got a distributor there, but the means of sending the goods, the last time we did, the cost was so high, so we couldn't continue with that. So logistics is the major challenge we have around the African countries. I had a request from Kenya sometime last year. I had a request from Kenya, but being able to navigate with the logistics. So when we fly by air, it's very expensive for the customers to sell. Then we try doing it by the road, the handling of the goods, and it's not even that cheap also. So finding the route that food products are getting to those destinations has been the challenge across African countries.
Okay.
But sure, if we have distributors who are already lifting things from Nigeria that know the means of sending it there, for sure, we are ready to work with those people.
Okay. Okay, that's lovely. Another question I would like to ask is, do you provide bulk sales to buyers? So instead of, you have your normal sizes. So I think you have 1 kg, 2 kg. But if a buyer wants to do like 50 kg or 10 kg or 20 kg, something like that, is that a service you provide?
Yes, we do bulk bagging for other food industries because we believe in collaborations. So we have 25 kg and 50 kg already in the market of bean flour. We have our bean flour in 25 kg and 50 kg for other food industries that want to package in their name. Okay, so and we are willing to do that. We are willing to do that with other products. So we do 25 kg, we do 50 kg as a bulk bags.
Okay. Then lastly, I'd like to ask, do you provide like private labeling? So imagine that I want to start moving, let's say, unripe plantain flour, and I want private labeling. So you are the one who will make it, but then it will be in my name, some kind of arrangement like that. Is that a service that you render?
Yes. We do contract packaging.
Okay.
So it's our product produced by us, but is in your brand name. So it's something that is a service that we render. We do contract packaging, provided you're able to provide your own packaging materials for us to use. Provided you're able to provide your own packaging materials for us to use, we do private labeling.
Okay. That's lovely. It has been such a great pleasure having you with us this evening. It has been a very, very interesting conversation. We have been able to learn a lot about what you do, the products that you have, unripe plantain flour, beans flour, picked beans, peeled beans, cassava flour, poundo flour, and the coverage of those products, the supermarkets you put them in, distributorship opportunities. You mentioned Abuja, Owerri, Kano, and Ibadan. So distributors from those areas, if you are in Abuja, if you are in Kano, if you are in Owerri, if you are in Ibadan, and you would like to market Deluxe Flour products in those locations, you can always reach her. Do you have any last words for anyone who wants to go into food processing but is afraid of starting a food processing business?
Okay, thank you so much. I added coaching to what I do because I discovered that a lot of people, especially women, want to go into food processing business, but they are not able to start because of fear, that initial fear on how to launch out. So I offer that service of hand-holding. I can go with you all the way from zero knowledge about food processing to setting up your own business till you are able to go on your own feet. So that is a service that I render. I also want to say that I'm passionate about adding value to what we have locally. We have a lot of resources over here that are wasting, and we have a lot of unemployed youths that we can engage. So if you want to go into your food processing, that is something I preach even in my dream. So I'm able to give you the support you need, packaging, registration, how to go into the sourcing and what have you. So it's something I'm passionate about, because if we keep exporting our raw materials, we are importing poverty into Nigeria. So we can't keep exporting our raw materials. Imagine how we export raw cocoa. We export raw cocoa and turn around to buy chocolate, to buy imported chocolates. Meanwhile, we can make chocolates locally from our cocoa and make all the foreign exchange and create jobs at the same time. So we cannot keep exporting raw materials. We have to add value to our pepper, to our corn, to our yam. We have to add value to granite and create jobs from doing it, and also make people have food on their table. So it's something I'm passionate about, and I'm willing to go all the way to support people who want to start that business. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Please appreciate her in the comment section. She has done so very well. This evening, she has done well with her products, you know, adding value to them and pushing them into the market. Remember, if you are a distributor in Abuja, in Kano, in Owerri, and Ibadan, or you are a distributor in the diaspora, in the UK, in the US, in Canada, in African countries, maybe you're already established and you want to distribute Deluxe Plus, you can follow her on IG, food processing business, and Deluxe Flour, and you can always send her a message. And if you are having a challenge reaching her, you can always reach out to me. I can also reach out to her. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week with other value-added products from Africa. My name is Adetokunbo Adewoyin, and till I come your way next week, I'd like to encourage you to think African and buy African. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and see you next week. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Thank you.
Yes, good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.